This is a tough one. One mother living in Georgia, she wrote this incredible piece on salon.com this week, and part of it she writes this. A few nights ago, my 8-year-old woke up in the middle of the night screaming, "No, don't kill him. You're hurting my brother. Don't kill him." Who was her daughter afraid of? The police, specifically the SWAT team, whose raid left her baby brother. And this is a tough picture to show. Not this one, but we have others here. This is Boo Boo. This is the nickname after a raid by Cornelia police and Habersham County deputies in Georgia on May 28th. His mother's article this week for Salon is called "A SWAT Team Blew a Hole in My 2-year-old Son." Here he is in the hospital. A flashbang grenade that officers threw landed in this baby's crib. They were looking for a drug suspect who was later found at a different location. Boo Boo has been in a medically induced coma, and just this week he was allowed to wake up and head to a new facility to recover. Obviously, it's a long road ahead, and not just for him, but his 3 sisters and the 2 people who now are sitting next to me. Baby Boo Boo's parents, Booncom and Alicia Phone Savan, and also here Marcus Coleman, the family spokesperson. So thank you all for taking a minute away from the hospital. I see, Alicia, you have the hospital bracelet, and Dad does too, because I imagine you're by his side a lot. So let me just begin with, for background for people watching, you all lived in Wisconsin. Your home burned down in Wisconsin, so you came to stay with a family friend here in Georgia. Take me back. It was the middle of the night. What happened?
Well, we were all sleeping. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And we heard a very loud noise, which woke us up. And then we heard more loud, like bangs and a bright light flash. And then everybody, myself, my husband, my kids, you know, we were just shocked. We didn't know what was going on. One of the officers came in and pinned my husband down and tore his rotator cuff in the process of having him pinned down. My girls were freaking out, and then I heard my son start screaming and crying. And when I went to go pick him up, another officer grabbed him first. And I kept asking that officer, you know, give me my son. He's scared, he's crying, just let me have him, give him to me. And when I went to grab him, the officer told me...
He stopped you?
Yes, he told me to shut up and go sit down.
So you couldn't even see what happened? So you're seeing smoke, and you saw this bang, and it literally landed in his crib.
Yep.
During that time, we didn't know yet, during that time, because they tried to hide him from us. And then pinned me down for a while, and I told him, you know, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, and he still pinned me down, and sounded like he asked somebody if he can let me up. The other guy said, no, not yet. So he still keep pinning me down, and I couldn't breathe. So I just turned my head, wiggled my head around, opened my mouth, tried to breathe so I don't pass out, you know. And when they got me up, they have 2 officers standing blocking the view of the crib, and he walked me around the crib, take me outside.
All the while, what is the SWAT team saying to you as far as any kind of explanation as to why they're in the house?
Not yet during that time, until they came and one of them came and got me and untied me and cut off the zip tie, and then walked me out to the back room, and then he asked and tell me why he was here and stuff like that.
Why? Let me just get this in. This is a soundbite from the sheriff reacting to what they say happened.
There was no clothes, there was no toys, there was nothing to indicate that there was children present in the home. If there had been, then we would have done something different.
You're shaking your head. Why?
That picture that they just showed of the side of the house, you can clearly see the pack and play.
Excellent.
Not even 2 feet from the door that they entered in at and threw that grenade in. It was clear.
Right,
you say it was clear that there were kids in the house.
Oh,
right
yes.
there.
Right.
That's pack and play.
It's right there in front of, next to the door.
As a mother, you're not allowed to even see what has happened to your 2-year-old.
Right.
Were you allowed to ride along in the ambulance to the hospital?
No, we had no idea of anything that had happened with our son. They kept telling us he's fine. He has not sustained any serious injury.
He was missing a tooth,
yeah,
is what they
he
told
was
you.
missing a tooth. That's what they finally started telling us after we wanted an explanation. We wanted to know why there was blood on the concrete My husband and I were there. We're not hurt. Our other girls are not hurt. Nobody else in the family got hurt. So where did that blood come from? Look at the playpen. What happened to our son? Why is there so much blood on the concrete?
Tell me about the moment that you realized where the blood came from. When did you first see your son?
When we got to Grady.
Right.
To the hospital?
Yes.
And what did you see?
I saw my baby boy laying there. His face is blew open. And his nose wasn't even attached to his face. It was horrifying. Nobody wants to see their little kid like that.
How is he doing now?
He's come a long way, but he's got a very long way to go. He has permanently lost his left nipple when the explosion happened. My husband has got to see the hole in his chest. I have not been able to.
I didn't want to look at it at first, until 3 days back, when they changed their padding. I look at it, it's still open this big.
You could see ribs.
Yep.
There was a hole in his chest. Have you gotten any kind of apology face-to-face from any of these?
No.
SWAT? No.
Nothing. Nothing for our son, no card, no balloon, not a phone call, not anything.